Okay, good evening, guys. Just welcome to, this is obviously the first recording that I'm doing for this session. And this is obviously our weekly analysis that I normally send out images and a bit of a description, but I thought I would mix things up and do a bit of a video analysis, especially for those guys that are new to trading. This obviously I'm hoping is going to help out a little bit more. Very going to run it very quick, try and do it within sort of 40-45 minutes. I will try and load this onto YouTube as well so that you can view the recording. Otherwise, just drop me a mail and I will send you the recording as well. Okay, so we're going to start with the Euro USD. Okay, we're looking on the weekly time frame. You can see we had a massive deceleration in price a few years ago. We consolidated for a bit, and then obviously we broke out of this consolidation range and we broke to the upside. However, if we go to the daily time frame, we broke out of this channel, right? We had a huge move to the upside. We had our pullback over here, move to the upside, pullback, and then back up, all right? What we have seen here on the daily time frame now, sorry, on the 4 hour, is we have seen price break down into the trading range, into the channel. We're now back in this consolidation zone area. I am looking for sell opportunities here, so we should see another pullback to over here and then a further downside to reach the channel, the downside channel at the bottom. So that is the Euro USD. Obviously, we're looking for sells. If we do get a break, if we go to 1 hour time frame, if we do get a break above this resistance here, then obviously we would then look to go long. However, we are looking for signals to go short around either this area here or this area over here. All right, so we move on to USD JPY. Okay, let me go back out to weekly. You can have a look at exactly how the structure of this is playing out. Okay, you can see we're in a massive uptrend for a few years. We came down, had a bit of a W formation for a reversal on the trend line. You can see we're in a massive uptrend. We've now hit a bit of consolidation here. We're back onto support here. I'm looking for long positions at any point here. Even if we break this low, I will still look for longs because I do believe that we will be going back up to this area in the next few weeks to months. So, and this is a long trade over here. So we can get in early around here and we look to gain some huge pips. You know, you're looking at about at least 3,000 or 4,000 pip move there. Okay, we go into the daily time frame. We can see a bit of indecision in the market here. Obviously, they try to push the price down. Bit of a doji candle going, so we'll have to see how the market starts off this week. Alternatively, we might get a further push to test support again. Otherwise, we will get a push to the upside, and I will look for longs once we break this support line. We go to the 4 hour. Again, you can see price structure over here. Nice little formations forming. Again, I'm just looking for a long position once we break this level over here. Okay, New Zealand USD. Okay, we look on the weekly time frame. Okay, you can see the same thing. We've got a nice formation. We're in a nice range here, so we're looking We had a huge move to the downside. Now I had pullbacks either to there or back up for one more and then back down. If we go to the daily, again, we've got nice bullish momentum, having our correction at the moment. So obviously we're looking for short positions to either come back to the trend line. Alternatively, if we get a break above support, then you got a better view of it. Again, you see we've got a bit of deceleration here, pullback, deceleration, pullback. So we're expecting another pullback to come down before we go for the upside. Pound yen. Again, we're expecting a huge move to the downside after this. You can see, looking at chart structure, we had a huge momentum to the downside. We're busy in the correction. So we should see a little bit of further downside, possibly another up to make a new high before we come down again. So this is definitely the one to watch for this year. We are looking at short positions, but for the long term, for now, we could see a pullback to the trend line before another up move. Going to a lower time frame. Again, you can see market structures. We're going to have some sort of consolidation over here. So what we could have is the market doing this before that. So that is what we're probably looking at doing this week. A quick look on the 1 hour time frame. Again, you can see market structure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, broke to the downside. We had a pullback, fake breakout, but then we actually had the bearish momentum over here. Aussie USD. Pretty much the same sort of formation happening on this pair as well. You can see we've had 1, 2, 3 touches. We're sort of forming on a weekly time frame. What we can see here, market structure is doing. We're now in a descending wedge. So ascending wedge, but for a move to the downside. I expect further downside today, consolidation at first. Sorry, not today, this week. Further consolidation and then a move to the downside to the trend line. Again, we had a huge bullish move to the upside. Double top formation. Now we're looking for shorts. Again, if you look on the 4 hour time frame, we pull back, we broke this trend line. So we should see some sort of consolidation up to this zone before we have another further breakdown. what I would look to see this week is a break of this to go short. If we actually look here, we could have a head and shoulders formation, left, head, right. Break to the downside. Consolidate, break down. We look on a 1 hour time frame, a little bit clearer. Again, guys, if you were looking, seen this formation, you have the break of the neckline, go short, pull back. This is the 200 moving average. So now we're just looking for shorts because close below 200 moving average. Until we go above that, I wouldn't be looking for anything else besides short positions. You can see in the trade, add to your position, add to your position, add to your position. You heard it. Let's add to the position. 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 5 trades running there, all in profit. Okay, Aussie CAD. Let's go on to a weekly, sorry guys. Okay, again, you can see we're actually just trading a bit of a sideways range here for a long period of time, good 5 or 6 years. We're just going sideways at the moment. We're currently in a small ascending triangle. But again, the Australian dollar is weak at present. Okay, on the daily time frame, we can see we've broken, pulled back. So we'd be looking on this currency pair to go long from this area here on a smaller time frame. Look for another little flag and go long to this resistance. You can even make a new high to this resistance before we drop back down. Look on the 4 hour time frame. You can see we're sort of just consolidating a bit here, and then we'd expect a close above this level here to go long. Alternatively, if we don't get it, we'll look to go short back to the support level before we test that again. So again, it's all looking at your candlestick formations, your patterns. We can see here the bears came into the market and completely drove the price down and kept it above, below support level here. Aussie JPY. On the weekly time frame. You can see that we have closed significantly below the trend line. So this is a currency pair I'll be looking to short. However, I do think that we will consolidate, and for the first part of the week, the Aussie will be strong because we'll be doing small little pullbacks second half of the week, I can expect further downside to this pair. So if we look at the level of support around this region here, you can see marries up with this level here, supported, resisted. So here we should get a pullback to this level. Before we come down. Four hours, another 1 hour. Again, if you're going to be doing intraday trading, obviously we're trading below the 250 as well. So you're just looking for short positions. Until we close above the 50 and actually after the pullback carry on. So here we closed above it. However, we dropped below straight back. If we'd had one more up, then we'd have a bit of a change in momentum. But as you can see here, we still have a lot of bearish momentum. Okay, need to see how this candle closes here tomorrow. We can go from there. Sorry, not tomorrow, we're on a 1 hour time frame. So probably during the Asian session, we should have some further consolidation up to this area before a pullback. Yeah. Okay, just wanted to show you Euro Australian dollar. Broke out of this descending channel. We're now in an ascending channel. As you can see, we've had our 1, 2, 3, 4 move. We're looking at some further bullish momentum this week. You can see we've had our impulse move to the upside. We're forming a nice little flag here. I think for another couple of days we will consolidate in here before we have another push up to the upside. Alternatively, we could pull down back before we go up. If we look at Elliott wave principles, impulse move, your 1, pullback, 2, your 3rd move could be up here. So this could potentially be our short-term target. Okay, we look on to 4-hour time frame. Okay, you can see where it's going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Either break down, test the support before we go up, or we go back up to the top. Okay. Euro CAD overall momentum is ascending. Okay, we have hit a resistance zone here. On a weekly time frame, we do have an inverted hammer. At the top of a trend, we have touched resistance level here. We've touched resistance level there. So we can expect to see, from a technical point of view, we should see a move to the downside. Alternatively, you want to look at your support levels. This is where I'll be looking for a short. Break below here, small pullback, and then we go short. You can see we've tested it 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Okay. This is 4-hour time frame. Go to 1 hour. Break, retest, short. Euro pound, obviously with the added weakness in the British pound, and you have the sort of a bit of strength on the euro against the pound. Again, you can see a bit of a descending flag. Show a break to the upside to test this level here. I'll just show you guys quickly. In terms of Elliott wave, and price structure, impulse move, flag, second impulse move, 161 retrace extension level. Should have another flag, some more consolidation, possibly to this level. Boom, back up. Here we got our highs. We test this level here. So as you can see here, we had a large bullish momentum up here. However, we have, last week we had very bearish momentum. We closed well below the trend line. So I'll be looking for short positions this week. Should have some consolidation initially, pull back up to resistance, and then pull back down. Alternatively, if we break the low here, we could just see fall down from there. Two moves here, either up to there to resistance and back down. If it breaks the low, when it opens, we'll go down. So we'll be looking for sell setups this week on Euro JPY. USD CAD. Okay, we look on the weekly time frame, we can see the movements we've got. With 1, 2, 3, we're looking for an upside move before we come down again, possibly for a breakup. Last week we had a very bullish week. We did close just below, just on resistance. However, we do have big momentum from last week, so we should see some further upside. Okay, again, significant candle here, pull back to support, and then some further upside. Okay, we're looking at a 1 hour time frame. We had our bullish momentum. We should expect some consolidation and a pullback, probably to this level, and then we should see some further upside. Alternatively, if we break this low, we break this support level, we could fall back down to diagonal support. Okay, JPY again, just looking for short positions. Nice double top formation at the top of the trend. This was our major support and resistance level. However, we smashed through that last week, so we could expect a pullback to the resistance level before we drop back down. Daily time frame. Go to 1 hour. Okay, again, could just see a small little pullback to there before we continue to the downside. If we break structure here and form another little flag, we could see some bullish momentum up to resistance. Okay, New Zealand CAD, long term, nice little range here. Up to the upside. Nice momentum. Pull back, momentum up. So you can see we're trading in a bit of a range, a channel, sorry. Closed above the 200 moving average, pulled back, and we accelerated up. Should see some further upside this week. Alternatively, we could be just carry on trading in the range 1, 2, 3, 4 before we have a break to the upside. Okay, very interesting pair over here. Again, we closed below significantly through support. We pulled back last week. However, we have still closed below. There could be a lot of shorts here if we can break to the low again. We can see that once we broke through, we tested resistance, but rejected. You can see we get a long bearish candle. So now we should see either a break of this low. We'll see us probably test this area here and before we head back up. Pound Oz. Long term on the weekly, you can see momentum has shifted. So we're now trading above alternative. However, we have closed below the 200 moving average. And now last week we had some more bearish momentum. What does that mean for the pound? So on a daily time frame, we're sort of trading at the top of the channel. You can expect to see a pullback to this support level, and where we'll either test to go back up, alternatively we will come to the downside. Look on a 1 hour time frame. There you go, broke up. This was the news from the other day. Smashed back down, pull back, retested, further downside. Aussie Chef, current momentum was bullish. However, we did have a weekly close below the trend line. Not to say that this is could be a false breakout. However, the Swiss franc is quite strong at the moment against the Australian dollar. So I'll be interested to see what we will do. Again, I think we should consolidate, retest this area before we come back down. That's my daily. So the 4 hours. Again, you can see the setups we're looking for. Looking for short positions on each break. Last one we'll do tonight, guys, pound New Zealand. See overall momentum on the weekly is bullish. However, if we go to the daily time frame, we'll see that has shifted, and now we've retested that level. So now keep an eye for this one for short positions this week. Alternatively, if we get a break, you can see that it has been tested a few times, a break, another little flag formation, and then look to go long. But you can see we're quite close to support here. Let me just move that a bit more. Okay, so again, possibly looking at shorting the pound again against the New Zealand dollar this week. We have first obstacle, test there, bounce off, come back. You see we're doing a nice flag to go further to the upside. Just quickly have a look at the economic calendar to see what's on the agenda this week. Guys, I do apologize. The internet here in South Africa is shocking to say the least. On Monday, not too much important news. We've got an Aussie announcement. Tuesday, we've got pounds CPI data. We then got yen GDP. Wednesday, we've got some German GDP coming out. US core CPI, retail sales, crude oil inventories, should be good for the USD CAD trades. Roman change in the Aussies. So again, not too much important data out this week. So we should be trading on a purely technical basis. So that's all for tonight, guys. Thanks for joining in. We'll post these setups in the group, and I will see those one-on-one guys at a later stage as well. Have a good evening. Good luck. Thanks.